Christ, it's already March. Time moves so fast we're all going to die. We're all going to die. With 2 out of 12 months down for 2017, it's already been eventful in WWE. Compounds have been burned down, Samoa Joe is on the loose, and somehow, some goddamn way, Goldberg just wrestled in the main event of a pay-per-view for a World Championship in 2017. With Mania 33 soon to be in the book, so begins WWE's long journey to SummerSlam, a road that could be full of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, or it could be like that bit in Die Hard where he walks through a room of broken glass. Here's hoping for the best season possible. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 things WWE must do this summer. Number 10, settle down with the Raw Women's title. Just you settle down. Just settle down now, will you? You're overstimulated and you're showing off in front of all your friends. The Raw Women's title has, as of writing, which is before Fastlane, switched 7 times since Mania last year. Hey, editor man, did it change hands at Fastlane too? Hey, awesome! This is Attitude Era title reign quality, and hey look, when it was Charlotte and Sasha passing the belt back and forth, it told a unique story of 2 level-pegged warriors having a vicious feud that at any time could swing the way of the other. Now that Bayley's jumped on board, her win, while a lovely moment, cheapened that storyline, and now the constant passing has felt a bit silly. Let's hope whoever walks out of Mania with the belt walks into SummerSlam with it, or at least holds it for longer than a few weeks. Number 9, the Broken Hardys versus the Wyatts. When the news broke not too long ago that Broken Matt Hardy, the deranged meta gimmick that grew from a seed of intentional B-movie awfulness to a genuine industry-wide phenomenon, when he took to Twitter to announce he had parted ways with Impact Wrestling with his brother Jeff most likely following, the internet lit up with one question: are they going to WWE? Dave Meltzer said it was likely, which gives us 2 burning desires: have them go to SmackDown and have them feud with the Wyatts. My body is ready. WWE hates importing gimmicks from other promotions, so there's a risk they may be brought back in their original Hardy Boys form, but that would be burning money. Broken Hardys versus Wyatt has the potential to be a month-spanning gothic opera of backwards lunacy and increasingly drunk-sounding promos. Number 8, Commissioner or GM? Pick one. Since the brand split, SmackDown and Raw have each had not 1, but 2 bosses, a commissioner in the form of Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon, and a GM, Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan. In SmackDown, things have been alright. Shane and Bryan get on like a pair of stay-at-home dads forming a rock band in their attic while the kids are at school. It's called Definite Article and their sound is mild. On Raw, it's been a fair bit more tiresome, with Stephanie constantly henpecking Mick, and then sometimes they do a high five and then they bicker on the phone. It's a bad time. Truth is, why do you need 2 authority figures on each show? Sure, one of them can have a week off occasionally, but just for our sanity, eliminate one of the jobs. Ideally, the GM role would go. Foley and Bryan are nicer to have around than Shane and Steph, but ultimately, what's the storyline point of someone whose role can be summed up with the line, "I'm not sure, I'll have to check with my manager"? Number 7, make the right draft choices. The draft. Sometimes it's great, like John Cena being drafted to Raw first in 2005. Sometimes it's bad, like Rene Dupree being drafted to SmackDown first in 2004. It's had its ups and its downs, but it's a fantastic tool to shake up the status quo, create blistering new tag teams, feuds, and it's also a really good way to annoy JR by drafting him without telling him, get to the Rafflecopter. Last year, the brand extension was one of the highlights of the year, with wise, long-term decision-making really affording certain superstars opportunities to shine in the year. This year, WWE must do the same, thinking about the long-term impact of SmackDown and Raw superstars switching sides rather than just short-term pops. Number 6, call up Shinsuke. This will probably happen the night after Mania. If it doesn't, I will be very sarcastic about it on a podcast, and you are on notice, WWE. The King of Strong Style has seen his NXT run somewhat taper off over his 12 months, but he's always put on fantastic matches, and his debut on the main roster is going to be a big deal. So, where should he go? On Raw to have amazing NXT rematches with Joe, Balor, and Zayn, and dream matches with Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and maybe, oh god, maybe Brock Lesnar? Or should it be SmackDown to have a New Japan rematch with AJ Styles or a dream match with John Cena? It's genuinely difficult. On one hand, SmackDown is probably going to book him better, but he has more immediately tantalizing matches on Raw. For the sake of having a definite answer, put him on SmackDown and draft Rollins over, job done. Lesnar can be an interpromotional match at Mania 34, and yes, I know they fought in New Japan in 2006. Off. Number 5, turn AJ face. It's not ideal because it would be only a year since he turned, but with John Cena working fewer months this year, the spot is open for a top face on SmackDown, and by rights, that should be AJ Styles. A few months after he beat John Cena clean at SummerSlam, the fans have all but ignored the fact that he's a heel, with most audiences being like, nah, he does a springboard 450, I'm cheering him all the time. They're literally going to have him kick one of Shane's kids in the head if they want him to have even a slight bit of heel heat going into Mania. Before this year's SummerSlam, they should give up, steer into the wind, and let Styles be the face who runs SmackDown. If you're looking for a top heel to replace him, maybe a certain lunatic fringe. Number 4, promote a pay-per-view in the UK. Please, sir, please, we've been ever so good. WWE has really tapped into the UK indie scene in the last few months, creating a new UK championship, forging relationships with ICW in progress, and of course, holding the title tournament in Blackpool in January, which was a great success. With those things in mind, can we please have a pay-per-view? Please. If you promote it, we will come. This isn't to suggest a WrestleMania. They're never going to air a Mania in a drastically different time zone. It's just not going to happen. But hey, maybe you could show us some TLC? Look, come on, we'll even take an insurrection or something. Just throw us a bone. Number 3, Finn reclimbs the mountain. SummerSlam 2016 had a couple of dodgy moments, but one upon which most fans agree was that the rocket push given to Finn Balor was very much welcome and thank you. If anything, the fact that Finn was forced to vacate the belt just 24 hours after winning it is giving the fans even more of a burning want for the Demon Kane to reach the mountaintop again. Stop typing lol Demon Kane, it's Adam McClock, motherfucker. It was a goddamn joke, you King Ross twat. Climb out of his ass and take a very long bath, you awful bastards. Nah, I like King Ross. Anyway, yeah, Finn Balor, champion again, please. Number 2, set wheels in motion for Taker's retirement. It feels a bit ghoulish to keep talking about this, but hey, the dude's an undead druid wrangler, so, well, there we are. Ever since the streak ended, there's been incessant rumblings, which, by the way, is a name I'm pitching for WCPW's next big pay-per-view, that Cult Master P, the dead dog big man, Zippy Cripps himself, the Undertaker, is going to retire soon. People thought that Wyatt could have retired him at Mania 31, Cena could have retired him before he got injured ahead of Mania 32, and again before plans changed for Mania 33. Now, with a possible Reigns heel turn on the horizon and maybe another loss at Mania, Taker Man's departure at 34, the building where the streak ended, seems a near certainty. A storyline like that deserves to be seeded months in advance, right around SummerSlam, for example. And number 1, Samoan Destroyers running wild. There's been talk of a new stable for Triple H recently after a house show was advertised featuring him in a 6-man fighting alongside Owens and Joe. Maybe, just maybe, you could add Roman Reigns to that list. The stable will be called Big Hunter's Special Boys, and if you're making a super stable where dudes have their spot on the card protected by management, Roman's inclusion would be exactly the right kind of you. Him and Samoa Joe, well, technically they are both Samoan Joes. If they run amok as the Pacific Island version of the 2-man power trip, yes, I think that could work very well indeed. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.